Welcome back to Mr.animek, and today I want you to hear me out because I'm gonna tell you if Loki really gonna join the Strawhats, or if he joins, what role or gap will he fill in the Strawhats crew. Okay, so let's begin. What if the next Strawhat isn't cute like Carrot, loyal like Vivi, or hype like Yamato, but a giant prince who literally got rejected by Lola? Yeah, Prince of Elbaf sounds like fanfictions, right? But if you look closer, this might actually be Oda's craziest move yet. And honestly, if a literal giant sim joined the crew, it might break the One Piece fandom in half. Let's actually think about it. Every Straw Hat has joined the crew for a reason. Usopp, he brought comedy and sniper skills. Robin, knowledge about the Void Century. While Frankie, he's a shipwriter. And Jinbei, aligns with the Fishman. Each member wasn't just a random, they filled a role in Luffy's journey. So if we are heading to Elbaf, the land of giants, doesn't it make sense that a giant ally could join the Straw Hat for a final war? But here is where it gets spicy. Loki isn't just any giant, he is royalty. That means if Loki joins Luffy, it's about the entire army of Elbaf, potentially siding with the Straw Hats. Imagine Blackbeard, all the Marines trying to fight Luffy, while an army of giants is standing behind him. That's not just overpowered, that's insane. Now here's the fun part. Loki's crush on Lola might have been played as a gag, but Oda never introduced royalty without purpose. He loves planting seeds that later turns into a massive payoff. Think about it. Neptune and Sirahoshi in Fishman Island, King Cobra and Vivi in Alabasta, and even Wano's Momonosuke, all royalty characters ended up being extremely important. So why would Oda name drop Loki, show his embarrassing backstory, and then leave him in the shadows? Even you can say it feels like a setup. Now let's done with the intro and let's dive little deeper. Loki isn't just a random name Oda threw at us, and Elbaf itself has been hyped since Little Garden. Dory and Broggy was not just funny giant, they were world-building teasers. Oda has been building Elbaf for over 20 years. So when we finally get there, it's going to be massive. And who better to represent Elbaf than their prince? This is like meeting Luffy in East Blue, but instead of Rubber Kid, it's a 50-foot tall Viking with a royal blood. But now let's put these things aside and let's talk about narrative. What does Luffy need going forward? The Straw Hats already have the strongest lineup they have ever had. Zoro and Sanji are monsters. Jinbei is a tank, while Robin is crucial for the Poneglyphs. So the question is, what gap is left for Loki to fill? Well, there are two things: political influence and sheer giant skill power. In the final war, Luffy will need more than just fighters, he will need nations backing him. Loki isn't just a muscle, he's a walking alliance with the Elbaf, and that's priceless. But let's be real, Loki joining the Straw Hats crew also creates chaos. Imagine him trying to fit inside the Sunny. Bro can't even enter the kitchen. Now imagine Nami yelling about the Sunny tilting whenever Loki moves. And Usopp, he would either cry or flex like, yeah, this is my boy Loki, I totally trained him back in Elbaf. While Luffy would love it through. For him, a giant crewmate means more meat. That's all that matters for him. But jokes aside, think about the symbolism. Luffy isn't just gathering crewmates, he's building the crew that will shake the world. From Fishman Island to Wano, every single island added a new layer. And Elbaf, that's the land of the mightiest warrior in history. If Loki joins, it means Elbaf itself is standing with Luffy. And that could be the final push he needs to go against the world government. So the real question isn't just will Loki join, but it's what does it mean if he does, because that move could change the entire balance of the final war. And there's one more theory. Oda doesn't throw names around for nothing. Loki in Norse mythology is a god of mischief, the trickster, and Elbaf is literally modeled after Norse culture. So is Oda telling us something? Could Loki be more than just a giant prince? Could he be a wild card? Someone whose loyalty isn't so simple. Because what if Loki isn't destined to join Luffy but to test him? Think about it. Elbaf is the land of strongest warrior, a place even Big Mom dreamed of controlling. For Luffy to truly become the Pirate King, he needs not only to win over Elbaf but maybe to defeat the greatest warrior first. Imagine it, Luffy versus Loki, Strawhats versus Giant, and only through that fight, Loki proves himself worthy to sail under the Strawhat's flag. That's not just a new crewmate, that history being made. And let's not forget, Luffy isn't just building a pirate crew anymore, he's building an army. The current fleet, the kingdoms he saved, the allies he's gathered, all of it is pointing to the final war. Now imagine adding the might of Elbaf to that lineup. There's no longer a crew, it's a revolution. So maybe Oda has been saving Loki for that very reason, to be the final piece of Luffy's crew, the one who tips the scale against the world government, the moment that changes everything. Is Prince Loki destined to become Luffy's final Nakama? Or is Oda tricking us all the same way Loki, the trickster, always does? One thing's certain, when we complete Elbaf, the story of One Piece will never be same again.